Hey everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid, just going on to Bitcoin. Big up the CoinsKid crew. So thank you for your support. Thank you for joining the CoinsKid crew Discord right there. Lots of new members. Amazing. They all seem to be really satisfied with the content as well. I'm getting a lot of feedback in there. Positive feedback. We've got, many traders in there posting setups, long shorts, theories, altcoin setups. People want, their setup on their particular coin. Obviously, as you're fully aware, there's so many coins. I can't cover all the coins. So if you want to pop in there, like I said to you, if you've got any requests, drop them in and people usually answer. I'll try and answer myself, but we've got so many people right now that in there that are just giving their theories and their ideas, and it's amazing. A fantastic community, and big up the CoinsKid crew. So looking at Bitcoin on the monthly time frame, it's done something with today's close, the monthly close. From last month we've seen October out. Like I said to you, I think that because of the data right there, which is something I'm relaying to you, the last time we had a positive September was in 2016. That was prior to the 2017 blow off top. So has that data sort of stacked up again with the fact that we've seen the follow through, which we did in 2016 as well, the positive month for October. We should in theory see a positive month for November, December if it's ringing true like it did in that previous cycle right there before the big blow off top. Are we at the same station? Are we at the same sort of place where we were right there? It's a possibility. So again, all I'm doing is relaying the data, not emotion to you. And so far, so good. This is why we've been able to make so much money. The minute it turns around and validates that data, like I keep telling you, the weekly 20 MA from this point is your wave 3 support. You begin to break down below that, and we're looking at a macro correction right there. So I'm going to give the benefit of a doubt here for Bitcoin that it is actually really, really bullish, and it's looking for a break to the upside. And there's a key level of resistance that this particular signal that we've seen in the charts, Bitcoin always gets to that level of resistance before any kind of significant pullback or correction, and it's kind of lining up again. Okay, it's uncanny. So I'm going to relay this to you. So these are the exponential moving averages for Bitcoin. Okay, the blue one is the 10, the yellow one is the 20, the red one is the 55. I know people, they scream at me saying, why do you use different ones, use Fibonacci, blah blah blah. These are the three that I've always used. Okay, I've always used these, and it just suits me best. And on multiple time frames I use these, and it works best for me. So aside from that, what we're looking at for Bitcoin, if you do want to get the exponential moving averages into your charts, really easy to do. You go to the indicators, type in EMA exponential average right there, and then drop them in and then change the settings. Obviously there's a tutorial on how to do this. Set up your charts on coinskid.com in the link section, and in each and every single video description right there. So far so good. This particular signal, what is it? Okay, so just here today with the daily close, the monthly close, just here for Bitcoin, we printed a beautiful 10 and 20 EMA golden cross, and you see that the exponential moving average just there, it's just been printed for Bitcoin. Look at that. So it's a case of, do we hold it going forward for the remainder of the year right there? The seasonality with the previous cycle where we've got October, September, October, November, December, pretty fruitful. We've seen 4 months of appreciation right there for Bitcoin before any kind of significant pullback. So again, it is possible, and again, I'm just relaying the data to you. The invalidation of such right now is the weekly 20 EMA. I think if we start to break down below that, one close below that from this point, then I'll entertain a macro correction right there for Bitcoin. Okay, but so far so good. Okay, so I'm just respecting the data. Please remember that nothing I say is financial advice, and there's no bias. It's not bull tardism, moon tardism, bearish, whatever. I will project to the downside if Bitcoin starts to do certain things. At this point here, when you're creating a death cross, we're projecting down and things like that on a weekly and a daily and things like that. That's what you're going to do. If the charts are telling you certain things, this is the data that I relay to you. So anyway, enough spiel. This golden cross was printed in May 2019, and it was printed just there as well in December of 2015. So let's drop the candlesticks back in right now to see what happened on that close. Okay, on that beautiful golden cross, what happened to Bitcoin in that cycle? You can clearly see it come up, printed the golden cross, went sideways, and then broke out, and you got a lovely little breakout all the way into June right there. So where did that get to on that golden cross? That beautiful signal just there, that was foretelling of a big move to the upside before a significant pullback into the EMAs for Bitcoin. Where did it actually get to? So you can clearly see from this low here, if we drop that on as best as you can, that particular signal, the golden cross, again, data not emotion, it was projecting at least getting to the 786 before the pullback, which is exactly what it did. If we take a look at this particular setting as well, when it happened again, in this instance just there, we've got the golden cross way back there in May of 2019. What happened on the monthly time frame when we printed that cross? You can clearly see that Bitcoin went on a continual rampage into 786 before any significant pullback into the EMAs, coming back up, and then obviously you're fully aware the Corona dump right there. It was swiftly brought back up, and we've got that big push back up for Bitcoin right there. So again, data not emotion. The last time that we got that, we've got 2 data sets of where it happened before. Did it happen down there? No, because we've not got enough data down there. But what we've got here, 2 instances of this particular signal. Now, just because it's done it before doesn't necessarily mean it's going to do it again. Got to the 786 before pullback, and just there as well, it got to the 786 from this beautiful cross before a significant pullback. So right now we've printed this beautiful cross. Again, data not emotion. Is Bitcoin about to rally to the 786, which is an expectation I've had for quite a while, which is this leg here, roughly the 47k mark. Do you see this level here? This was a minimal target I was giving you for Bitcoin just there because of the breakout just there way back in January. Okay, so anyway, aside from that, if it does continue and gets to 786, that in my opinion could be the significant area for a major pullback for Bitcoin. Okay, some kind of big thrust up before correction back down into the EMAs again. So far so good. We printed that beautiful signal. Is it a warning shot right now that Bitcoin is about to go on a continual move here to the upside over the next few months, leading towards the end of the year here to 50k at the 786 before a pullback? Again, data not emotion. The way the data is invalidated right there is if we start to close back below this data, basically this golden cross, i.e. we start to close back below the 20 EMA. So far so good. Let's dive into the Bitcoin chart in the hourly time frame and see what we can see. So looking at Bitcoin on the daily, I will try and zoom in on the hourly in a moment, show you that key level support right now, my setup that I'm looking at, but I can't get too bearish on Bitcoin just yet. Now, it is doing something in the charts that we do have to respect, obviously, and this is why we're seeing a red candle today, and we may, it may be a clue that Bitcoin is about to shit the bed, but I won't give the bears a benefit of the doubt at the moment. I'm going to give the bulls a benefit of the doubt because of what I'm seeing as a potential setup in this chart, the seasonality, the fact that Bitcoin's above the monthly, things like that, we've got the golden cross, things like that. I'm just going to give benefit of the doubt to the bulls at the minute, okay, and the fact that Bitcoin's breaking bullish because of what I'm seeing, the perfect setup right now. So equally, there's something that's happening right at this point that happened in 2020. So I'm going to relay this to you as well. It's strikingly similar. So if we take a look here, what we have got, and this is a case for a pullback right now, is a bearish divergence on the daily where we've got a candle closure stare and then a high candle closure stare. And this is why right now we're seeing a follow through in this candle. We're starting to see a little bit of a pullback today, aren't we? So I'm going to show you why there's a case right now. If you remember the date when we printed the bearish divergence, it was Tuesday, the 31st of October. That's really important, okay? And then come today, we're starting to see the bearish divergence play out, the pullback basically. So you've got bearish divergence in the RSI, you've got lower highs. See that? You've got a high just there on that candle body, and then you've got a lower high on that candle body as well. So you create a high in the price action, you closed higher than the previous candle, and the RSI is lower. So you're getting your bearish divergence right now, which is seeing you pull back a little bit. Now there is a theory right now that I have that the next 2 days we will see a pullback on these 2 candles, okay, before holding this structure and before break. Now obviously there's no bias here. One thing you could do if you are bearish on this market and you don't think Bitcoin's looking for continuation here, or it's looking for a greater level of support down here as well, then you could hedge your bets. We've done so well so far. Personally, I won't entertain this at the moment because I think Bitcoin could break at any point, but what I would definitely look at if you are bearish and you're looking for an optimal trade right now is a short, okay, on that particular level there as a hedge against any bullishness. Put your stop loss at 35213 because obviously you're going to validate that and you've taken out the high, which is potentially another impulsive move. 35213, that would be your stop loss. And right now just go short. If you think Bitcoin's going to collapse and break down and get to this god candle breakout and potentially fall and it's in a bear market and things like that, or you're looking for a macro correction at this point, you could hedge your bets. Personally, I won't until I see a little bit more data in this particular chart, and I'll relay that what that data is. I'll entertain a short if we lose this low. Okay, the low is what is that low? Let's get knob on 33388. If we lose that low from this point, then yeah, I'll look for a pullback into resistance, go short with my stop loss on the swing high, and ride the short down. And Bitcoin is bearish, it's breaking down, it's got a big macro correction that's in at that point, at least coming down to the god candle breakout. You could potentially collapse at that point as well. That Wyckoff theory that we were looking at the other day, which I relayed to you, the distribution at this point could ring true. But in a minute, I'm going to give benefit of the doubt because of the setup that I'm seeing in certain charts, the likes of XRP, Chainlink and things like that. I'm going to get the benefit of the doubt that I think Bitcoin is looking to have a little bit of a pullback in the next couple of days and then continue here. And if it doesn't, obviously, then I will go into a short. But at this point, no. Okay, so what I'm going to look at right now for Bitcoin, if you do want to go short on buy bit or bit get, it's entirely up to you. This is a very minimal risk trade for you right now, 2.16% from this point, and you could be in for around about 11% short opportunity to at least come back down to backtest that god candle breakout. Okay, but what I'm looking at right now is the fact that this has happened before at exactly the same point in time, okay, exactly the same point. So if you remember, I've been relaying this to you, especially on the weekly time frame. If I drop the drawings out right now, okay, drop the drawings out and then drop the RSI in, like I said to you, what we've done here, which is technically bullish, we took out that high, that April high, equaling the candlesticks and the RSI. So that's a significant signal that we need to see for Bitcoin to remain bullish in the short term. We need to see the follow through here. If this starts to roll back this week and we get closed below and start to roll over, create a red candle, and we start to see the RSI pull back, then I don't think they're at the same point. It really is simple, okay? So if I move to the left, I'll show you right now. You see this point here? This is where I think we could be, okay? We're sort of rolling into October, November, we're on a significant retracement, a level of resistance, and then we continue for the remainder of the month from that point, okay? So like I said to you, I identified that this low here is exactly the same low, the Corona dump right there, and it bolted into the 70 level, ABC correction coming back. This bolted in the 70 level, ABC correction coming back. And what we're looking for here is a break back above, taking out a local high like we did there, taking out local high as well from August, and we've done exactly that. So we took out the high from July, and right now we're sort of in the same area where we were in 2020. So what we're going to do is look at the daily time frame and see what happened at that point in 2020 as well. So I'm going to show you this, okay? So if we take a look on the RSI and the daily time frame on the candlesticks right there, this is the push up into October, November. So like I said to you, remember the date at that point just there, that's that date, 31st of October, look at that, which was yesterday, respectfully 3 years ago. You can clearly see we've got exactly the same thing happening. We've got this bearish divergence printed in the chart. So we made the higher high in the candle bodies, and in the RSI we made the lower high. So we could be doing exactly the same thing right now. Again, at this point here, if I was making videos for you right now, I would have been telling you that this is your macro stop loss, this swing low here. And again, one thing that was really bullish, an indicator of a major breakout, we had 2 days of a pullback for Bitcoin before the continuation and taking out that resistance just there. But one of the major things we were looking for clues in this particular chart, like I said to you, the RSI's boss, was the break of that trend line. Do you see this trend line here? When Bitcoin started to come up and take out that level there, the close above and getting your ass back above that trend line, that was indicative, okay, we've got to go long and put a stop loss on the swing low at that point, and then you're going to ride it up. So I'm looking at a potential scenario right now that we've done something we've done before, exactly the same point, rolling into November. Look at that, 31st of October, bearish divergence. Come the first 2 days of November, we had a pullback before breakout, and right now we're at the same sweet spot with a bearish divergence that we were 3 years ago. So it's uncanny. So a big week ahead. Like I said to you, I wrote this on Twitter, a massive week ahead for Bitcoin. If this is about to play out, just chill out, relax, give it a couple of days, see what happens, wait for a pullback. If it does start to drop, sweeps that low, it's not doing what it's done before, and we start to see a major move to the downside here, then your short play, the hedge, is going to play out right now. So it's really simple, isn't it? So far so good, respecting the data. If we're rolling here like we did, seasonality, we've got 2 days of pullback here for the crypto markets. If we take out this level of resistance, start to close above that, and then equally take out this RSI here as resistance, this could offer an amazing long opportunity for you instead of taking the potential what if risk here. Do you understand? Wait for the data, not emotion. Let's take a look at the hourly time frame and see what we can see for Bitcoin. So looking at Bitcoin on the hourly time frame at the moment, yesterday I did jump into a little long opportunity. I've jumped out of that because of the bearish divergence and this bearish divergence on the hourly. So I'm looking at this right now. Possibly if we start to break down below this ascending trend line, then I would entertain a little micro short back down to this white line. I'm going to show you why, okay? So this is a little setup. I think from this point here, what we're doing, we're tracing to where we come from in the 5 waves. So we come up in a 1, ABC 2, 3, ABC 4. Got some kind of alternation there as well with the ABC zigzag and the flat correction just there for 2. So basically you come up like this, okay, for Bitcoin. So you come up in a 1, ABC 2, 3, ABC 4, boom, 5. So you've got a little micro impulse as a potential scenario. And what this is right now is a retracement coming all the way back. So, if you clearly look, we've got the overlapping waves. And right now, if we start to come back down and lose this ascending level support right now, could entertain a little bit of a short back down to 786, which would, validate that bearish divergence playing out over the next couple of days. Bitcoin could be looking at a little bit of a drawdown. People get really bearish, start to pile on shorts, and then it turns a corner, and it's just doing exactly what it did in 2020, which is uncanny. So, and this would kind of validate this big macro A, B, C, D, E wave correction, a 5-wave correction basically of a triangle before continuation. So it's possible right now that Bitcoin is actually looking for a lower level of support at 33669. Now if we take a look at that particular level as well, look where that is. That's Thursday, and from this point right now, that's 2 days, which is a 2-day drawback on the candle. So if Bitcoin comes down to that, holds that support, starts to create a reversal pattern down there, some kind of W double bottom pattern down there, then we look to go long with a stop loss on the previous pivot low, and then we're going to ride it up basically. So that's a lovely little trade. That the potential scenario, if Bitcoin is looking to compress and break to the upside, then it could be looking for a lower level support at 33 0.94669. Okay, and again, you could just load up some bids on Bybit, and the minimal risk trade right there at that point on that trend line would be around about 0.91%, because if this is right, okay, and we're going from left to right, we've got a massive compression pattern, and Bitcoin is not necessarily looking to break out at this point, and what we've got is a micro impulsive wave 1, an A, a B, a C zigzag coming back down to 786, and then we coil up and break. Then the next trade in front of us, the big long opportunity, is going to be a whopper, isn't it? Because we could be looking at this. Okay, so if this is a scenario, we're looking to load up a long position on the 786, and again, this will all be invalidated if we lose this low, obviously this year invalidation point, or we break out at this point. Okay, we'll entertain a short along at that point as well. So what we've got is the potential 11% move for a very minimal risk of around about 0.94%. So that's a trade that I'm looking at right now. If it plays out amazing. You know, we'll make a lot of money in the space, and obviously if it gets invalidated, it is what it is, you know. So the invalidation in the short term is obviously breaking out here. If we do start to break out and take out that high, then we're not going to look at this pullback, okay, anytime soon for Bitcoin. But I think one thing will be a clue for that is obviously the bearish divergence that's playing out at the moment on the daily, and the fact if we do start to break down below this center of support here that we've got for Bitcoin, we do start to turn that into resistance, okay, we could start to entertain a bigger pullback, and you've got some kind of A, this is a B, and right now you are actually in the C wave of a ABC zigzag basically, and you've come up in a 1, ABC 2, 3, ABC 4, 5, and you've got some kind of micro impulse, ABC zigzag coming back, hold the support, and then you continue basically. So this could be a lovely little sweet spot and a trade for the CoinsKid crew over the next few days if you can just be patient and ride it out. We'll keep an eye on this, okay. So put some bids on 333,669 for Bitcoin on Bybit or BitGet. It's entirely up to you, and put your stop loss on whatever the exchange is at that low, which is way back there on Friday at 2 o'clock, sorry. Currently 33326 on Bybit, okay. Hope you enjoyed that update. Remember, the links are in the video description. Don't go long with your life savings, don't go short with your life savings, and don't over leverage like an absolute degen like some people out there, okay. Hope you enjoyed that update. Take care everyone, back to another update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye bye.